All right, what's up, boys? We got a big slate to talk about tonight, boys. 13 games to go over. We're not going to go game by game. We're just going to answer questions for the most part. It's been a pretty quiet day for news. With a big slate like this, I thought we would get some, kind of bombs dropping during the day, but nothing much, man. We got news that Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, both are on track to play. That was kind of the big news we were waiting on, so they're going to play. I think for the most part, we're good to go for tonight. I don't think, we're really waiting on anything. I think the Nuggets starting lineup is going to be important. Keep an eye on that. But I'm expecting they start Monte Morris, Will Barton, Aaron Gordon, JaMychal Green, Jeff Green. So as long as it's nothing crazy, unless they don't do anything different than that, we should be good to go for tonight. But I hope you guys, enjoy the content. I hope you, enjoy the stream. I'm going to answer any questions you have. Be sure to hit the like button. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button as well, guys. And let's get it on. Let's start answering some questions. We did get word that Ricky Rubio is not going to start, but I don't think that's not going to take me off of Ricky Rubio. Ricky Rubio is still going to play 32, 34 minutes with Colin Sexton out. But we did get word the Cavs are not starting Ricky Rubio. They are starting Garland, Okoro, Wade, Mobley, and Allen. But I'm still playing Ricky Rubio. I'm not going to get off of him with that news. Has your favorite five changed? I mean, I can't really answer that, CB. If you want my full updated core plays, those are on Patreon. The guys I gave out in my video, I still do like, yes. But if you want my full updated core plays, they're on Patreon. I can't give out, everything for free, man. Hope you understand. 13 game slate, that's a lot of games. Yeah, you're right, my man, you're right. But it's been a quiet day for news. It's been for a 13 game slate, it's been not so stressful. Just use your promo code on Prize Picks. What do you like? Brand new to this. Beverly over 3 assists, maybe some Rubio and some good plays from DK, Green from Denver. Mitchell, I do fantasy point projections a lot on Prize Picks. Like, I kind of try and stay away from the player props. I usually like to focus on the fantasy points. I think that's where the biggest edge is. So, like, you can find, like, there's some guys that I think definitely their projections are a little bit too low. Like, some of the Denver guys, Will Barton, his projections come up a little bit. But, like, over 26 fantasy points for Monte Morris, over 29.5 fantasy points for Aaron Gordon. Like, I just think these Denver guys are going to get so much opportunity. They should be way more productive without Jokic and without MPJ. I think you could see Will Barton go for 40, 45 tonight. I think Aaron Gordon can go for 35, 40. Monte Morris easily can get 30, 35. So, I like over almost all the Denver guys, their fantasy points. But even like some of these Cavs, like I like their overs in a good matchup against Washington. Jared Allen over 37, like he's been playing a ton of minutes. Evan Mobley's been playing a ton of minutes. Ricky Rubio, Darius Garland, obviously both benefit without Sexton. You could go over on them too. But I usually try and do fantasy points and not. I'll do player props sometimes, but I really focus on the fantasy points. Good evening, sir. Are there a minimum number of Nuggets to play tonight, and what would be your max? Is it as crucial as play in the Sixers last few nights? It's a 13 game slate, man. I don't think you need to go too overboard, but like I think 4 Nuggets is fine. I mean, if you play like both Greens, like JaMychal Green, Jeff Green, Will Barton, Aaron Gordon, like that's fine. I wouldn't play 5. 5 Nuggets feels like too much, but I think 4 is okay. In cash games, you just want to play whatever projects the best, but in tournaments, I would definitely limit it to 4. Yeah, Rubio's not starting, but I don't think that really matters too much. If anything, Rubio, instead of playing maybe 36 minutes, maybe Rubio only plays 34. I'm not gonna panic over that. What's up, Noah? Let's get this money tonight. Let's get it, Patrick. Let's get it, my man. Rubio is still yeah, I agree. Cade or Jalen? If I had to pick one, Frank, I'd go Cade Cunningham. I need some Yahoo plays. I'm new to Yahoo. It's kind of different. What are some plays tonight I should build my team around? I mean, you can look at my video. I gave out like 5 guys I liked on Yahoo at first look. A lot of the guys on DK you can play on Yahoo. I will say that like Bobby Portis, he's really cheap on Yahoo. He's only $14. I think he's one of the best center plays. LaMelo, I like a lot on Yahoo at $38. I think he's a little cheap there. Rubio is obviously in play. Dennis Schroeder I like at point guard. At small forward, I think Butler and Tatum both are really good plays at the top. Small forward is definitely a position I would want to be paying up for on Yahoo. I just don't like any cheap small forwards. So yeah, that's just kind of how I would approach Yahoo. Cheap 4K player. 4K, I would say, let's see. I would probably, I mean, if you don't have, I would have to say the Denver guys. So JaMychal Green or Jeff Green, if whichever one you don't have. If you have both of them, then man, I don't know, because there's not too much else I like down here. But I think JaMychal Green and Jeff Green are like your best 4K punt values, or below 4K. I like Mobley tonight. Hopefully he's not that popular. I don't think Evan Mobley will be popular, no. I mean, it's a freaking 13-game slate, man. For the most part, ownership's going to be spread out tonight. Yeah, I think the Denver guys will get a good amount of ownership, but for the most part, especially when it comes to like the pay-up options, I think ownership's going to be spread out for the pay-up options for sure. Mobley and Giannis or Sabonis and J-Val. Give me... Oh, man, that's close, Dirty Dan. Give me Mobley and Giannis, but that's really close. Favorite stud on the slate? Dude, it's God, like, it's a 13-game slate. I mean, I really have no strong stance tonight. There's so many, like, all these guys who could play. Giannis, Curry, Luka, Westbrook. I mean, all these guys have upside. Like, I really don't have a strong take, I'll be honest. I think I want to get different with my studs. I'm kind of focusing on the Denver guys. Like, I'm going to play those chalk Denver guys. I'm probably going to play Rubio. But I think I want to get different with my studs. So whatever studs are not going to be that popular, that's who I'm going to be looking to. I don't think Tatum's going to be popular. I like him. I don't think Julius Randle's going to be popular. I like him for low ownership. Luka should be really low owned with how bad he's been. So I think just getting different with the studs is the way to go tonight. Allen or J-Val at center? I mean, J-Val straight up if you have the salary. But I like Jared Allen too. But J-Val I would take just straight up. Schroeder, Dinwiddie, or Cade? Give me Schroeder. Thoughts on Brandon Clark? I'm not going to go to Brandon Clark on this slate. There's just too many other options. I'm not going to play a backup, power forward on a 13-game slate. You like Sabonis with LeVert out? I think Sabonis gets a small bump. I think Malcolm Brogdon gets a boost as well. Brogdon's my favorite play from the Pacers now. Brogdon's like 7,500. He's definitely a little too cheap now that LeVert's out. I think it's fine to play one of those Pacers, especially if you're playing like 3 or 4 Nuggets. Maybe you run it back with someone on the Pacer side, so maybe you go Sabonis or LeVert, or Brogdon, excuse me. I think those guys do get small bumps, but they're not like priorities for me. But if I'm building out my lineup and I have 7,500 left at guard, I have no problem plugging in Brogdon now. Whereas before, I didn't really have any interest in Brogdon. Now with LeVert out, that definitely changes. What are your target games for tonight since it's such a big slate? I mean, there's no games that I would like be honed in on targeting. For the most part, there's good plays in almost every game. There's definitely some games I'm not that interested in, like Brooklyn, Orlando. Outside of Tatum and Schroeder, there's not much I like in Toronto, Boston. But there's no games I'm like, oh, I got to just focus on these games. That's just not how NBA DFS works. You don't really have to stack or correlate an NBA DFS. So I don't really just focus in on certain games. I still like Rubio over Cunningham even off the bench. I would take Rubio over Cunningham as well. Thinking LaMelo's the best spin up at point guard, but worried if Curry goes off against Minnesota. Can I play them both with Nuggets value? I mean, you probably could. I definitely like LaMelo. I think it's a good matchup for LaMelo. It should be a fast-paced game between Memphis and Charlotte. So I think LaMelo's in a really good spot. I think he's a good tournament play. Curry, obviously, you can always play Curry. I think Patrick Beverley's going to try his best to slow down Curry. He probably won't, but that's maybe a small downgrade for Curry is that he's probably going to have Patrick Beverley chasing him around the whole night. 7,200 in the util. Let me see. 7,200 in util. I would probably take. I want to say Evan Mobley would be my pick there. Yeah, probably Evan Mobley or D'Angelo Russell. I would probably go Mobley. Did you go over any prize picks? We talked about a couple. I like fantasy point overs on a good amount of the Cavs guys and a good amount of the Nuggets guys, just because I think their projections are still a little bit too low. So like over on Jared Allen and Evan Mobley fantasy points, I like both those because they're both just playing so many minutes right now. And then the Nuggets guys without Jokic, without MPJ, I mean, there's just going to be so much usage available. So over on Barton, even though his projection's gone up a little bit, over on Aaron Gordon, over on Monte Morris, like I think all those look good. And even they added Brogdon back to the board. Brogdon, they have at 37 fantasy points. I kind of like over on Brogdon's fantasy points now that LeVert's out. That's another one you could do. J-Val, Vooch, or Wood? Leaning to Vooch, worried of blowout on J-Val, not sure on Wood. I would take J-Val there, Gabe. I think J-Val has a ton of upside against OKC. I mean, both those teams are really bad. Like, the Thunder and the Pelicans are really bad. I don't think we should be worried about blowout there. But what's the spread in that game? So right now, the Pelicans are favored by 5. So, yeah, I don't think we should be worried about blowout. It's only a 5-point spread. I think J-Val is the guy I would take there. Tatum or Butler? I'll say Tatum. If we would have gotten news that Bam was out, I would have said Butler. But now that Bam's expected to play, Hero's expected to play, I'll take Tatum there. Ja or LaMelo? Give me LaMelo. Davion Mitchell or Monte Morris? Give me Monte Morris. You think Jimmy or Bam now that Bam is in? Or do you still... I mean, Jimmy's still in play. Obviously, I would have preferred that Bam be out, but I think Jimmy's still in play. I do like Jimmy a little bit more on Yahoo, where the small forward position is just so bad on Yahoo. I think it's either Jimmy or Tatum on Yahoo, like one of those two guys at small forward. I really don't want to be playing anyone else. I need a pick for util $23 and under on Yahoo. Let's see. I would probably say Aaron Gordon there or Ricky Rubio. So I would say Ricky Rubio. If you already have Rubio, I would say Aaron Gordon. That's probably who I would take there. I think Van Vliet's in play, DD. I don't think Van Vliet really stands out as a core play or a top option for me or a priority. But, Van Vliet's definitely playable. I will say, though, that now that Siakam is back, that just kind of makes a lot of those Raptors a little less appealing. It definitely is a downgrade for OG. It's a downgrade for Scotty Barnes, Gary Trent. I'm just not that interested in many Raptors now that Siakam's back, and all those guys are priced up for when Siakam has been out. Wood or J-Val? Give me J-Val. Are you playing Melton with Brooks back? I don't have any interest in Melton on this slate. Just too many other options I prefer. And yeah, obviously if Brooks comes back and plays tonight, that completely would take me off of Melton. Probably would take me off of Desmond Bane too. Yeah, Dennis Schroeder is definitely in play. We saw last game without Jaylen Brown. Dennis Schroeder started, played a ton of minutes, was pretty productive. They already said that he's going to start while Jaylen Brown's out. So if we get 36, 37 minutes from Dennis Schroeder at 6,100, yeah, he could definitely pay off that price. So, I mean, Dennis Schroeder, if I'm playing anyone in that Toronto-Boston game, it's going to be Tatum and it's going to be Schroeder, and that's probably it. Have you ever gone live when games are being played? Could be fun. I don't think I would do that, Frank. Normally when Locke gets here, when the slate starts, I just I'm done for the night, and then I just watch the games and just kind of chill, eat supper and stuff. I mean, it would be cool, I guess, to sweat the games out with you guys, but I don't know. Usually I'm, so focused on getting my lineups done, streaming, doing all this stuff, and then whenever I'm done, whenever Locke gets here, I feel like that's kind of I'm done for the day, I guess. You still like Bobby Portis? I think Bobby Portis is still a really good play. We already got word that Brook Lopez is going to still be out. So, yeah, Bobby Portis should start. It's a back-to-back, so maybe he doesn't play as many minutes as he played last night. But if we get 30, 32 minutes from Bobby Portis, he's still too cheap on DraftKings, and he's still way too cheap on Yahoo as well. Who you like in the 4,600 range? Monte Morris is 4,400, so he would probably be my pick there. Yeah, I would take Monte Morris. I think Monte Morris is definitely going to go overlooked on this slate. I think everyone's going to be focused on, Will Barton, Aaron Gordon, JaMychal Green, Jeff Green. I don't see Monte Morris getting that much ownership. And without Jokic, I think it really helps Monte Morris as well. I definitely like him in tournaments, especially if he's not going to get nearly as much ownership as some of those other Denver guys. Best value around 3K since the ownership is huge on both greens. Also, Giannis is still great if you can find value. I think Giannis is always a top play. Basically, all the studs got priced up today, but Giannis, even though he's 12K, is still a good play. Best value around 3K. If it's not JaMychal Green or Jeff Green, your next best option is probably Taj Gibson. With Noel out, Taj Gibson probably gets 20 minutes. Mitchell Robinson's playing, so obviously that's not great for Taj Gibson, but he probably plays 20 minutes with Noel out. He might be the guy to play there. But there's not much that cheap outside of JaMychal Green and Jeff Green that I would be playing. Sabonis or Randall? Give me Julius Randle. But that's definitely a close one. Thoughts on Bol? I don't think I'm going to really go there. He could get minutes without Jokic, but there's no guarantee he's in the rotation. That's probably only a play I would be making like in Showdown or something. Okay, we got word Brandon Ingram's out. I don't think that really matters. If anything, that just makes J-Val look a little bit better. But like, you know, NAW, Devontae Graham, Josh Hart, like I'm not playing those guys on this slate. Man, when is Brandon Ingram ever going to come back? This dude's just going to stay out the rest of the season, I guess. Noel is out. You like Taj at 3K. He's playable, but not a top value by any means. He would have been a really good value if Noel and Mitchell Robinson was out. But with Mitchell Robinson playing, that's just not that. I mean, that doesn't make Taj look like a really great value, to be honest. Brogdon or Levine? Give me Zach Levine there, but that's another really close one, Brendan. But I do prefer Levine there. Levine is for sure too cheap on DraftKings today. Bamba or Wendell Carter? I would probably go Bamba if I had to pick one. I don't really like too much from Orlando today, but I would take Bamba there if I had to go with somebody. Thoughts on Rubio since he's not starting? Yeah, we talked about it at the beginning of the stream. I still think Rubio is a really good play. I'm not getting off of Rubio. He's still in my DraftKings lineup. He's still in my Yahoo lineup. I'm going to play him. I mean, I still think Rubio plays 32, 34 minutes. He might not play like 37 minutes, but he probably still gets mid-30s, I would assume. So yes, Rubio, in my opinion, is still a good play, even though he's not starting. Wendell Carter or Triple J? Give me Triple J. Kelly O, Tate, Aaron Gordon, or Baisley? Give me Aaron Gordon. Do you watch a couple games or switch through them all? I have League Pass, so I kind of switch through them. You know, whatever guys I have going at the time, that's usually the games I watch. So like for 7 o'clock when the slate starts, I'll probably pull up the Cavs game since I got Rubio in my lineup. And then, you know, after a little bit, maybe I'll swap to the Celtics game or something. Like, yeah, I'll just kind of swap through. Someone at 3,600, it's got to be either JaMychal Green or Jeff Green. Assuming you don't have both already, I would take JaMychal Green. But both those guys would be my picks there. What about Scotty Barnes? Yeah, I'm off Scotty Barnes now that Siakam's back. I think Scotty Barnes can still put up big games with Siakam back, but obviously his ceiling is definitely a little bit limited now. Do we like Giddey at all? I mean, Giddey's fine, but he feels priced about right on DraftKings at least. I don't know what his price is on other sites, on like FanDuel, but on DraftKings, I don't really have that much interest in Giddey. Yeah, I mean, Joe Val should destroy against the Thunder. I think Joe Val's a good tournament play for sure, and he's going to get no ownership today, I would assume. I think that, like, the Thunder have been one of the worst teams defensively against centers this year. And, like, it's in terms of allowing fantasy points to the position. Like, I want to look that up real quick. So, fantasy points allowed to centers this season, the Thunder are 6th in terms of just... Let's go to DraftKings. Let's switch it to DraftKings. So DraftKings fantasy points per game allowed to centers. The Thunder they're in the top 10. They're 8th. I mean, it's still a great matchup for Joe Val. You like Thad Young today? I mean, Thad Young's still in play. He's really productive when he gets minutes, but like his price is way up now. I mean, Thad Young's almost 6K. Like, you really need a lot to go right for Thad Young to pay off a 6K price point. So, yeah, I think Thad Young's playable, but not on this slate. I'm not that thrilled about rostering him. Big game for Sabonis with Jokic out. I think Sabonis has a little bit more upside for sure, especially now that LeVert's out. I think that's what really helps Sabonis. Having no Jokic out there either is probably, you know, beneficial as well. I mean, Sabonis is definitely in play. I don't think he's like one of my favorite studs, but he's obviously playable. Nurkic or Russell in the util? Give me D'Angelo Russell. Thoughts on Garrett Temple tonight? Just not going to go there on a big slate like this. I know Garrett Temple's been playing well and he's been getting big minutes, but it's just too many other guys I'd be playing over Garrett Temple. Are you looking at Kaminsky or JaVale? They're fine, Michael. They're not like priorities for me. They're guys I would think you could put in your tournament player pool, but for like cash, for optimal builds, they wouldn't make my lineup. Like, I would definitely prefer the Denver guys over Kaminsky and JaVale, if that makes sense. Zach LaVine or D'Angelo? Give me Zach LaVine. Sabonis and JaVale or Giannis and Mobley? Giannis and Mobley still, I would take there. LaMelo at 10K in tournaments. I think LaMelo is still a good play, yeah. Even at 10K. Like, with this price coming up, that's just going to make him lower owned today. Giannis and Monte or Levine and Wood. Give me Giannis and Monte, but that's really close. What are you having to eat tonight? Not sure yet, TJ. Not sure, man. My girlfriend gets here, we'll have to see. Hayward or Dinwiddie? Man, give me Hayward there. I don't really like either one today, but give me Hayward. Lonzo or Garland? I would take Garland. Hero or Levine? Give me Zach Levine. Which NBA League Pass subscription do you have? I'm looking to get mine back. I have the premium one. Because I share the account with my girlfriend's brother. Like, he likes to watch the games too. So we had to get the premium so that way we could both watch the games at the same time. So I have the premium one. Thoughts on Edwards for a late night hammer? I mean, Anthony Edwards is playable, but like on this slate, I don't think I'm gonna play Anthony Edwards, especially now that D'Angelo Russell's back. Like, that just kind of hurts his ceiling a little bit. Tatum or Sabonis? I would take Tatum, but that's another close one. Rubio, yeah, Rubio's still in play for me, Reggie. Even though he's coming off the bench, I still think Rubio's a top option today. I'm hoping that people get off of him because they're worried about, maybe he doesn't see as many minutes off the bench. Like, he's still projected for like over 30 minutes, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna refresh this. Let's see how many minutes Rubio's projected for. Yeah, Rubio's still projected for 30 minutes coming off the bench, and he obviously could play more than that. Your info is so helpful. Thank you. Good luck. Hey, appreciate that, Tom. Good luck to you as well, my man. I'm glad you enjoy the videos. Giannis or Curry? I would take Giannis. Barton's a must-play. Man, on a 13-game slate, nobody's a must-play. I don't think there's any must-plays today, but Will Barton's definitely a good play for sure. He projects really well. He's going to be popular, but yeah, obviously, without Jokic, without MPJ, like, the usage is going to go through, and the usage is going to be soaked up by Will Barton. The entire Nuggets offense is going to run through Will Barton. Thoughts on Josh Richardson tonight? Not a guy that I would be going to on a 13-game slate. I know he had a good game last game, without Jaylen Brown, but just not a play I'm going to make on this slate. How you feel about Cam Payne? Yeah, another guy I just don't think I'd be playing today. I think Cam Payne gets a few more minutes without Landry Shamet. I know he did play really well last game, but God, I never play Cam Payne. The only time I play Cam Payne is when Booker or Paul's out. Like, that's the only time I ever play him. You need a wifer already? Hey, we're getting there, TJ. We're getting there, my man. We've been together for like almost 4 years now. But I gotta move out of this apartment, give me a house, and then we'll talk about that with her. Jokic brothers or Morris brothers? I think I gotta take the Jokic brothers, man. The Jokic brothers are the real deal. Motherfuckers are big. JaMychal Green or Jeff Green? I would take JaMychal straight up, but both Greens are good values for sure. I'm assuming both of them are going to be starting. We said it earlier. I think the starting lineup for Denver will be Morris, Barton, Aaron Gordon, JaMychal Green, Jeff Green. Any power forward you're looking at on Yahoo? You could obviously pay up for Giannis. If you're not going to pay up for Giannis, I think like Mobley, Triple J, Aaron Gordon. Those are some of my favorite plays like in the mid-range. $5 super chat from my man, Reggie Johnson. Appreciate you, Reggie. Appreciate the super chat, my man. Didn't leave a message, but I appreciate the super chat, buddy. Thank you. 5,200 shooting guard on DK. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
5,200 shooting guard, I would say Cade Cunningham for sure. Yeah, Cade Cunningham would be my pick there. Cade Cunningham is still too cheap on DraftKings. I know he's been really bad this year, but in a good matchup against Houston, two really bad teams, I mean, this is definitely a good spot for Cade Cunningham. You like Tice with Singing out? I mean, Tice should see a few more minutes, but like Houston's running such a deep rotation right now. I'm pretty sure last game Houston played like 12 guys, and I think they're planning on playing like 12 guys every night moving forward. So like even with Singing out, I think Tice still probably just plays like 24 minutes, which on this slate, that's just not going to be good enough. I like a JaMychal Green, Barton, Morris stack for Denver. I'll be honest, that's going to be a popular combo, but yeah, those guys are all projecting really well. They all look like good plays tonight. Rubio or Aaron Gordon? Give me Rubio, but that's really close, Coley. Give me Rubio, though. TJ, $4.99 super chat says, I love you. I appreciate that, TJ. Appreciate that, my man. Thanks for the $5 super chat. Sorry if you already answered me or answered this, but are you Off of Rubio? I'm not. I'm still playing Rubio, Ryan. He's still in my DraftKings lineup, and he's in my Yahoo lineup as well. So, no, I'm not getting off of Rubio. He's still projected for 30 minutes, and he could obviously play more than that. You like Mobley and Allen at all tonight? I think both Evan Mobley and Jared Allen are definitely in play. They're just getting so many minutes right now. Mobley's playing like 40 minutes a night. Allen's playing 36. Without Kevin Love, without Lauri Markkanen, they're giving both those guys huge minutes. 5,900 util. Let's see. 5,900 util. I would probably take. I'll take Bobby Portis if you don't have him already. I'll take Bobby Portis. Good stuff, brother. Good luck, everyone. Hey, good luck, Frank. Good luck, my man. What are the value plays? Can you already, or you say all of them? I missed it if you did. It's the Denver guys. So, without Jokic, let's go to Denver. Without Jokic, I'm assuming JaMychal Green starts at center. He's projecting out as one of the best values today. He's only 3,200. Jeff Green started last game, played he played 34 minutes. He's 3,400. He should get more usage opportunity without Jokic. Aaron Gordon, Monte Morris, all these guys benefit without Jokic, and they're all cheap for the most part. So Denver is going to be kind of your main focal point for value. A lot of the Denver guys are going to be popular, but they all project really well. Rubio's a good play. He's too cheap. Cade Cunningham, I think, is too cheap. Those are some values I like on DK. Would you consider running Monte Morris, Bones, Highland tonight? Monte Morris, I do like. Bones, I think, is a bit riskier. I don't know if I'd be playing Bones on the main slate. I think if you're playing the late night slate, or maybe, I don't know if they have a turbo slate or whatever, then you could play Bones. But for the 13 game main slate, I don't think Bones is going to make my player pool. JaMychal Green, Rubio, Cunningham, Butler, Allen, Gordon. JaMychal Green, Rubio, Cunningham, Butler, Allen. That's solid, Chris. That's solid. Can Durant pay off his salary tonight? I mean, he could definitely have a good game against Orlando. Orlando is god-awful. Nobody on Orlando is going to stop Durant. If Orlando keeps the game close, yeah, KD, Harden both have a ton of upside. I don't think they're my favorite studs overall, but they're still obviously in play. If I'm just getting the NBA subscription for me, which plan would you recommend? I don't know, Joe. I guess just get the regular one. See, I share the account with my girlfriend's brother, so we have to get the premium one, because the premium one allows you to watch on multiple, so that way I can watch while I'm at my place and he can watch at his house. But they have the regular ones, $200. You can get that one. Another $5 super chat from my man TJ. One more. Appreciate your content, bro. Hey, I appreciate you, TJ. I appreciate the super chat, man. Thanks for supporting the channel, supporting the content. Appreciate you, man. All right, guys, I gotta hop out of here. I gotta finalize my lineups. I have one entry into the 1,500 on DK today, the $1 million Autumn Hoop Special. I have a lineup in the 1,500 on DK, so we'll see how that goes. Got my lineup set, though. Lineups are set on Yahoo. Got to go answer some Patreon members' questions. But good luck tonight, guys, and thanks so much for tuning into the stream. Wish you the best of luck. We'll be back tomorrow with another stream. A little short slate tomorrow. I think another 3-gamer. But we'll be back talking through tomorrow's 3-gamer. All right. Good luck, fellas.